Welcome back, Swifties. Episode 2, the end of an era.
When we reached the last night at Wembley Stadium in London, all of us felt such satisfaction. We've had so many special moments where it just reminds me what a concert can do if you give it your all. Then again, no matter how good a tour is, it's a huge, massive undertaking. It's hard work.
Yeah,
That's
man.
the challenge, that's the adventure, and that's what every person on this tour is doing.
It's a great reminder, isn't it, that anything worthwhile is difficult, isn't it? And the comfort zone is where the dreams go to die, right? And I think we need it. Life is like lifting weights, isn't it? You know, it's resistance training. We grow we grow and we get better in response to resistance. And I guess a lot of the time, you know, the resistance that we face in life is not it's not easy well, this makes me think of voluntary resistance. I've banged on about this before, you know. It's why I take cold showers daily. At some point I did have an ice bath when I had somewhere to put it. Well, I say an ice bath, you know, like a tub thing that I could put in the garage when I had a garage. But it's about voluntary exposure to stress, I think. The shit that life throws at you, that's a different kind of stress, isn't it? But I think voluntarily undertaking difficult things, I think that makes the involuntary stress in life a lot easier to deal with, you know. Yeah.
That's the challenge, that's the adventure, and that's what every person
So, yeah.
on this tour is
Challenge yourself,
doing.
dudes, you know? No matter how small, just...
Every single night, no matter what's going on, we're gonna do everything in our power to blow your mind.
Cool. Wow. Magic in the eras.
My goal for the Eras Tour is that I didn't want the fans to leave thinking that they missed out on anything. One thing I've always tried to do is give something to the fans that they didn't expect. When we had done the first half of the tour, what the fans didn't know at the time was that I was writing a brand new album, The Tortured Poets Department. And in the middle of me releasing the album, we had to be all hands on deck, creating a brand new era to put into the show to represent that album.
What the fuck, man? I know it's all happened and I'm really looking forward to watching that final show with all the Tortured Poets stuff in there, man. But does she have a time machine? What the fuck is it, you know? How can a human being be so productive? It's inspirational, isn't it? It's inspirational, and it just makes me reassess my own productivity, you know. And you can't create more hours in the day, can you? But what you can do is become more efficient by looking after yourself, you know, mind, body, and soul, eating right, exercising, yoga, meditation, whatever it is, you know, for you. Improving your sleep. Sleep was something I struggled with for years, you know, I had the insomnia, for probably a decade, you know, on and off, really struggled with that. But I found, like, you know, supplementing with like magnesium biglycinate, I think it is, and stuff like that, you know, that really helps my sleep, trying to go to bed at similar times, trying to get up at similar times, all that sort of jazz, you know, getting sunlight, spending my days well, you know, like thinking, I think I sleep better when I've used my day well, you know, I haven't procrastinated, you know, I haven't avoided the things that I know I need to do and all that. But I think doing those things, fixing those things, just optimizing myself, you know, that's how you create more time for yourself, isn't it? Because it's not always about quantity either. I don't think it's about quality. I think I have started to obsess a little bit too much, maybe, about the amount of hours that I'm working, you know, and that I'm putting in. I started keeping a record of a little chart, you know, what I'm doing every day, and writing down the hours that I'm spending on, you know, on the content, on the music, on the other things in my life and stuff, and I'm not sure it's the best way to measure it, you know. I think it's about deep work. I think about the quality of the work. Yeah, I don't know. That's still something I'm working out. But I just want to. I'm desperate, really. Am I desperate to optimize my life as much as I can? You know, because I'm going to be 40 soon, man. You know, life begins at 40 and all that. And I do feel it's just been practice so far. You know, this is, you know, my particular journey, isn't it? You know. So I've just got to make the best of it now, you know, and I feel like I'm starting to do that, but got a lot of catching up to do, you know, so I want to optimize my life, I guess. But I do feel, you know, like as well, I guess, even just looking back, you know, 12 months or 2 years, I need to remind myself, I suppose, sometimes of the progress that I've made, you know, the growth internally and externally, you know. And I do feel that my life is improving exponentially, you know, in all the dimensions. And yeah, you know. Anyway, enough of that waffle.
This is so fun.
It's just
We're doing
what an inspiration, eh?
Doing all of this completely secretly, all in like a tiny little break that we had between Asia and Europe.
Like, are there sounds from Fortnite that are not the synth sound? Or do we go into like strings? Like this feels like a highly elevated chapter.
We build this top secret rehearsal facility for us to lock in the set list.
Go, Who's Afraid, a little bit of Down Bad, probably a verse and a chorus, or a pre-chorus and a chorus, and that might be it.
Like, I would kind of do surgical tweakings to each song, be like, okay, these songs, but cut out the bridge and the second verse of this.
And then, so tell me everything is not about me. And then
To make it so that we could fit this many songs in the show.
and say they didn't do it to hurt me. Everyone in. And I want, and double as big for I want to snarl. Like, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown during this song. Like, it's gonna be so fun.
And then we put together all new choreography. Learning choreography, all just hearing it in our heads because they can't play the music on speakers because it's not out yet.
The first line is, did you really beam me up? What I want is for a light to spotlight right on me like it's...
When she says all playing it in their heads, like what they've got like, what, in ears or they're literally just, they can't, I mean, how the hell would you practice it just, you know, in imagination? There's got to be in ears, right?
Speakers because it's not out yet.
The first line is, did you really beam me up? What I want is for a light to spotlight right on me like it's the alien ship. Right into this like crazy like alien light. And then Now I'm down bad, right? Woo! Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. So they've got in-ears in
There's
them,
an
like, because
entirely-
she's speaking. That's why she's got them. That's why, yeah, they've all got the microphones, and they can't hear each other otherwise. It's just so interesting, isn't it, to see how the magic happens, you know, and just how full on she is. It's like a compulsion, isn't it? You know, I don't. I don't think she's conscious. Do you think? Is she consciously thinking, I want this to be bigger, to be better? I guess she is. Do I want to be bigger? Do I want to be better? Do I want to be better? Yeah, maybe. But I'm not sure that comes from a place of like ego, really, does it? You know, it just feels so natural to her, you know. And yeah, and I'm sure there are days, you know, when she can't be bothered or doesn't want to get out of bed. I would be so interested to have a conversation with her, you know, about this, because those are I am gathering more questions, you know, as I dive deeper into, you know, the Swiftyverse, or, you know, whatever we're calling it. Yeah, interesting.
Spotlight right on me like it's the alien ship. Right into this like crazy like alien light. And then now I'm down bad, right? Woo! Yeah.
There's an entirely new order of the chapters. So I'm relearning the entire show, essentially.
It feels crazy to like take all the pieces apart and then put them together in different order. Yeah, and I think I'd rather feel this way, where I'm a little bit confused, a little bit like than being like on autopilot. Yeah. Because I could do the.
It keeps it fresh, doesn't it? Keeps it on her toes and stuff. But what did she just do like for the confused thing? Then was that like the pat your head and rub your stomach thing?
And I think I'd rather feel this way, where I'm a little bit confused, a little bit like
I think that was just a coincidence.
Being like on autopilot. Yeah. Because I could do the show we were doing in Asia, I could do in my sleep.
Yeah. At first we're all like, we all fear change. But then
you're like,
yeah, we got this.
Yeah, but we're here because we accepted challenges our whole lives.
Oh my God, that was a risk. That could have gone so bad. There was the danger that it could have felt like we had sort of shoehorned something in, or that people didn't like the new show as much as they liked the old show. I swear to God, if I heard people online being like, I missed the old show, I was gonna be like, oh my God, you have no idea how hard this was to do.
We're gonna get to watch 45,000 people experience the fact that they're seeing something that's never been seen before. Going out to play our first show of the new set.
So was this a surprise to everybody?
We've added a completely new section and rearranged things, and I am so excited. I love having a good secret.
So I wonder when
we brought out this new show in Paris, it was so rewarding because
how long?
all of
so
that
many
secrecy
questions.
and all of that.
So I wonder, like, how long after the album came out did this show happen?
I'm having a good secret.
When we brought out this new show in Paris, it was so rewarding because all of that secrecy and all of that working during our only time off paid off so much because the fans were so excited. It was such a dynamic new addition to the show.
Cool, man. I'm so
Now,
glad the
going
last
into
concert's out
show
there.
in
That's going to be
London,
awesome.
I have the opportunity to add to their experience, even on top of that.
Taylor wants to make the last London show as powerful as possible. She's like, I want to blow this thing out. We're going to do this right. She wants to do Florida with Florence Welch, Florence and the Machine.
Performing Florida with Florence is something I've wanted to do ever since the two of us wrote that song. And then it just so happened that she was going to be available in London.
You're not nervous about the show. You know how it runs, and suddenly something like Florence coming to do Florida. The choreography meets the music, meets automation, which is the stage movement, and is starting from scratch again.
I know that when I say to them, I want to perform Florida with
wow.
Florence, and I really want to do it with full production. I know that it's some kind of creative brainstorming sessions, but I know it's doable because all the dancers, the choreographers, the production designers, the crew, the entire band. Every person we have is the best one doing it in the entire industry.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, they're pros, aren't they, man? They're the best.
This is kind of funny. We have to rehearse the song. We kind of do what we usually do in the comfort of a studio.
Thanks for watching. If you would like access to the full thing and loads of other extended content, Taylor Swift, One Direction, Miley Cyrus, videos of me playing my songs and others, link in description.